Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to Illuminated Tarot. I want to take a deep breath. And maybe that's what you've been trying to do lately. Are you taking deep, mindful breaths? It is your birthday season. You may feel busy, all right? We're also facing the end of the year. This is a time period where we're wrapping up a lot as a collective. And I wanted to do a unique reading for you all because in December, I have to make that critical decision of whether I'm going to do an annual reading for the next year or not, because they're big readings. They take quite a bit of time and quite a bit of energy. So what I've decided to do, instead of doing a mid-monthly of November or end of November reading, I am now doing a rest of the year reading for you all. And then I will be doing your next reading will be an annual overview for 2026. So happy solar return. Today we're going to be doing a past, present, and future reading. I'm going to be taking a look at the overall general energy for the rest of the year, the challenge, potential challenge, and also what you don't see coming in love, all right, through specific love tea. I'm pulling from the Gateway of Light activation in the Angel Guide because we're dealing with big energies. I'm also looking at what has been the significant lesson for you in 2025 that you're carrying forward into 2026 in your new solar return. I hope you enjoyed the Sagittarius season reading I did. A lot of amazing energies coming in, a lot of excitement, a lot of expansion for the Sagittarian collective. So thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Sagittarius. All right, Sag. Let's see what's going on for you. Recent past. I haven't read recent past for a while for the Zodiac. So let's see what's been going on for you in the recent past, because it's like kind of looking at the year overview. Judgment. Yeah, you've been going through a major rebirth. I'm hearing in every aspect of your life. The Fool. You've been taking powerful leaps of faith all year long towards new things that took you out of your comfort zone. And then the Hermit. Yeah, what a beautiful, powerful year for you you've had. Many of you have just been really connecting deeply, being guided by your inner light. Some of you are way showers, trailblazers. You've been carving your own path forward in career, in your sense of self, in your spiritual work. Big part of your life is your connection to spirit and how you display that out in the world. I love it. This is like you're saying, I took risks. I'm proud of the journey. I've gone through a powerful rebirth and I am an alchemist, baby. I love it. Very, very positive energy bouncing off you, but that's not surprising, Sag. Yes, we have the Empress. Wow, 4 majors coming out for you, Sag. All hail Sagittarian energy right now. The Lovers, oh my God, 5 in a row. It's like we're spinning the wheel. Let's see, is there another one coming out? OMG, mic drop. I get excited because you never get 6 majors in a reading. You saw me shuffle you all. I swear I did. Some of you, it's like, happy home, happy life, 4 of Wands. Goodness me. Your present energy, we have the Empress, the Lovers, and the Sun. This is feeling nurtured. This is receiving love. This is, deep connection. This is honoring yourself. Sag, this is incredible. This is divine goddess energy, a lot of growth. Deep connection I'm feeling, and the happiness that brings. OMG, you all. 7 majors. Now we have the Moon. Now I'm afraid to turn. Are you kidding me? Temperance? No way. Are we going to do it? Oh my God. Okay. Like, this is going to be like the mother of all, the mother of readings. Okay. Some of you are mothers and you are like the best mother ever. Okay. I'm getting that you are just like motherhood is the bee's knees. Okay. Because of the Lover. It's like you just love being a mom, or you love nurturing other people. You just love. All right. I'm getting that energy off of you. And then in the near future, we have the Moon, the Temperance. There you are, co-creating with the universe, being present. And despite the unknown, you see the path clearly. You're like, I see through worlds, right? I sit in this beautiful energy of patience, of moderation. I like this. You've been purifying your emotions. You've been on a very deep path here as a Sagittarius. And I think a lot of you are writers or creators, and you have clarity and you are creating powerfully. From the Moon energy, which is your subconscious realm. And this is new ideas. This could be divine inspiration. This could be just learning how to communicate too with other people. Not from your own wounding per se, because this is your subconscious patterns and beliefs being on display here. It's just beautiful. But you are co-creating what looks like through connection, how to be clear with your words, how to speak from deep emotion. Overall general energy, the Queen of Wands. I love it. And she came out for the overall general energy for Sagittarius season. So large and in charge here. Your energy is big. It's booming. This is mover and shaker energy. This is taking risks and having them pay off. This is feeling sexy, alive. This is having that spark, right? When you talk about someone being lit from within, you're like, woo, whoa. You know, you could just feel like you're really deeply connected to a force that's beyond you, that is feeding your energy through creativity, through communication. I like it. The challenge, they said at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. Okay, we're going to go with that. And then let's now look at what you don't see coming in your love life. Okay, so the challenge is maybe holding steady, right? Maybe there's something close to home. There's a lot of passion coming in. This could be just your commitment in general. Four of Wands is, 4D operating system, really trying to pull lots of different parts of your life together and creating balance. And that just might be, it's not always easy to do, right? But this is some sort of rite of passage that you're going through despite it being challenging. Four of Wands is always a rite of passage. This is celebrating. This is coming together with friends. Maybe you're having a hard time, even with the travel or making decisions around what you're doing for the holidays, something like that, okay? Because we are reading for the holiday period. And I think in general, as it relates to the entire year, you may be learning a lot about structures in your life that support you and not undermine you, okay? Let's now go into the Queen of Wands energy. I'm sorry, what am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. And maybe that's what you had to learn. Don't get too ahead of yourself, Sag. Because you've got a lot of fire, okay? A lot of spirit. Let's look at your love tea. What you don't see coming in love, Sag. What you don't see coming in love. All right, loyalty. I like seeing that. Love stories. Yummy. Holding back. Okay, we've got a little bit of a mix. We're going to talk about this. There's somebody stepping forward here that you're not in communication with. Okay. We're going to do it. We're going to talk about different love currents here. This is what you don't see coming in your love life. All right. And this may not resonate with all of you. I want you to really listen to the different things I'm going to say. And I guess you can cherry pick what speaks to you, because I'm combining decks here around not being in communication with someone and also being in communication with someone, okay? So for many of you, because of all this overwhelming positivity I'm seeing in the tarot spread initially, you're really learning how to stand beside someone through thick and thin. You have true love, and you have two people who are truly devoted to each other, all right? Who are blending energies, and they're learning how to communicate from a very deep level, all right? This is communicating. The next one, love stories, communicating and saying what needs to be said. Tough love, truth talk. Some of you, you're loyal to this person, they're loyal to you, but you've had to really exercise tough love and really be honest with this person about what you want and need, okay? We also have, for those of you who are not talking to someone, this person, if you are in separation, this person wants you to know that they should have expressed themselves better. And that that you were both hurting from the damage that was caused. So you have someone that's been holding back their love, withholding, okay? And it caused a lot of damage, okay? The way they acted, the way you responded, okay? This could be regrets from a past situation from some of you that happened this past year that you had to release, okay? It did damage to a connection. This doesn't even have to be a love connection. Some of you, you're in a beautiful love bond and you have a friend, okay, who you had problems with, all right, and it hurt, okay? And for those of you who are not in partnership, you're still learning and growing from a situation that that the person you were dealing with just was holding back. It caused damage, okay? We'll leave that as it is. I just wanted to include those for the rest of the year. And now let's clarify these delicious cards I'm seeing here for you. Let's go into the gold foil. I use the Astro Matrix to start. Let's talk about this Queen of Wands. Optimistic, passionate, spunky, right? Protected, deeply spiritual, fiery, willful. Eight of Cups, King of Wands. I like it. I'm seeing a match here for those of you in connection. And a need to release some baggage and come out of some confusion. I think you are. A lot of you are coming out of some emotional confusion with another person. And you're trying to release past layers of wounding. And we do that through connection, through the mirrors in our lives. This is a very deep, deep magnetic connection. I would say, it's, some of you would say it's very fiery. It's intense at times. There's a lot of emotions that you bring out in each other. All right. But it's for a good cause. This is like, this person somehow is allowing you to go deeper than the surface within you, right? It's like there's a strong tide pull, right, with this individual. And the Seven of Cups, it's great in reverse, because you're saying to me that you've turned your back on fantasy and illusion when it comes to what you invest in. You've got a legitimate, beautiful connection here. For a lot of you, you're in a beautiful partnership. You're not used to having the intensity of the fire without the drama. And so I think you're trying to reprogram, both of you, your nervous systems to enjoy and appreciate the intensity without burning each other up. All right. In other ways, we'll say that. It's really nice. I like it. And for those of you who are self-partnered, this is you really investing in unpacking the things you've carried, spiritually speaking, and alchemizing that and coming out of investing in things that were like a dilution of your energy, a dilution of what you needed for yourself instead of giving that to someone else, right? So I'm seeing, fill your own cup. And you've been doing that. So you have beautiful alignment in your fire energy and your fire element, which is gorgeous. It's like you know how to keep your own fire, your own flame burning strong. And that means, turning your back on people, places, and things that, aren't aligned with that. Period. It's just choosing carefully who you spend time with, right? You don't want people to be misleading. You want people who are invested in you. And I think you're saying, I've had to turn my back on more than one person this year. But overall, as this year rounds out, you've learned a lot from letting go of a timeline where there was a lot of fantasy and illusion. All right? And you're aligning with a beautiful energetic match here. Beautiful. Let's go back to the cards. Now, past energy. Let's look at the Judgment, the Fool, and the Hermit. I mean, I still can't believe all the majors that came out. It's amazing. This is definitely being spiritually lit. Okay, like self-mastery energy here. And you're saying, you know what? When the tide comes in and I'm feeling a lot of emotion, I'm not going to become emotionally overwhelmed by that. I know how to take that in and process it. Judgment, Fool, Hermit. Yeah. Five of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You've done the work with some sort of disconnection in your foundation. Queen of Pentacles is where we grow a lot, okay? It's the energy of feeling safe and secure. You've gone through a complete overhaul for a lot of you in your career in this year, where because it wasn't quite aligned and it was hard, this is the energy of, whenever you have the underpinning of looking downward. It's like when you say, you know what, I've got a lot of work to do on creating stability and financial security for myself. And I need to make some big decisions to let one thing go and work very hard to bring in the next thing. And a lot of you have been doing a big pivot in your career. Now, if this doesn't have anything to do with your career, if this is you doing the work to just create more stability and security within you, because of a recent loss. You know, it's like when something has to get removed because you are removing something or someone and rebuilding your life. And that requires sometimes doubling down on your efforts because you went into a new beginning here. Maybe for some of you, you were alone at the beginning of the year and you were going through rebirth and you were very sad. But you've done the work and now you feel a lot more stable at year's end and grounded in your own energy. So I like seeing that. You've done a lot of work. Okay. And then for those of you who have been in a connection all year long, you've been doing a lot of work to feel supported in the states that you go through with others. Okay. You may have lost a friend or a loved one, family member, and you know, your partner was really understanding of that. Hey, I need to do some work. I need to be on my own. I need to grieve. Okay. I'm getting that there's this beautiful though decision here that you're making to nurture something that makes you very happy. Empress, the Sun. Yeah. Very happy. And I say that with the 9 of Cups coming out. This is emotional fulfillment. Page of Swords. I think that you're learning how to speak up. We have a lot of Swords energy, and it's nice because it's like maybe you used to sweep things under the rug in the past, okay? Your current energy is indicating that your emotional fulfillment lies in being honest with yourself and others, brutally sometimes, bluntly. We have news coming in here, and it's kind of like this push-pull energy with the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Cups, but it's over this beautiful foundational energy of this major arcana of like, you've learned how to create a lot of emotional stability within you. And now you're displaying that in a connection. And sometimes you feel like you have to like, be careful what you say. You might be dealing with someone who has a difficult time expressing themselves and they're learning. I think that, you know, as long as you continue to nurture this partnership for many of you, they're learning how to be careful with their words, being mindful, right? Because words can cut deep. And, you know, you don't want to get trapped in a situation. 8 of Swords is like that one step towards like, I'm getting anxious now. It's like I think what you're learning is at every turn, when it comes to a choice of where you want to put your time, attention, and energy, when it comes to your connections, you must first make sure that you're not sacrificing too much of yourself in that connection. This means you have to speak up. This means you have to put your wants and needs first. And I feel like that's what you're learning. How can you really be deeply connected with someone, but also have space? All right. And, you know, this is, you know, it's not always easy to communicate and say what needs to be said. You might have you're coming out of some big truth talks during retrograde season with somebody. And maybe even having a little bit of tough love, like my needs are important, you know. That's what I'm getting. Now, there's a lot of clarity coming in here in the near future as you co-create with another energy. The Moon, the Temperance, and the Ace of Swords. Another Ace of Wands, the Magician, I love it, and the 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're coming out of a little bit of conflicting energies. You might have had some fights, but see, this is the thing. We don't avoid conflict. We learn how to healthily repair any ruptures in connections. I think you're learning how to communicate. And this is also being patient and learning how to not, you know, basically when you have an argument with someone, right? A fight, 5 of Swords, cutting through to the truth of it, getting clear in your mind and not rehashing and rehearsing and, you know, basically having that inner monologue that never quits. Okay. It's like place your fire energy in future forward thinking. I know I'm saying that wrong. But you have a highly creative energy here in moving in a new direction, okay, with clarity. But it's only come by way of tension, of conflict. And I think that's good. It's like you have like this learning curve around coming together with someone. And instead of like going to that high drama place, you're like, okay, what do I need to do in order to actually self-regulate and manifest the best possible outcome and blend my energy with this other person or situation. And despite there being tension or misunderstandings or conflicts, how could we take what we learned from it and actually go in a fresh new, this is basically changing a relational dynamic with somebody, and how you need a little bit of practice in some breakdowns in order to have the breakthrough. So I'm getting a breakthrough energy here after having some misunderstandings. It doesn't seem deep or bad. It just seems like, healthy conflict, because you have the 5. Now you have an ace. That's the 6 of swords. So you're moving on in your mind, in your thinking around a person, and you're choosing to basically say what needs to be said, but doing it in a way with love and not accusation, or not basically, the biggest thing that I would say that maybe you're learning from based on these cards is learning that you're on a team and you're not adversaries, okay? Seeing your partner as a teammate is one of the best things you can do in a partnership, okay? Now, let's go into this 4 of Wands energy, which is the challenge, which is partnership, rite of passages, right? The intensity, right, of deep connection. How do you keep that in balance? See the challenge here. The Empress, well, you nurture yourself, you nurture others, and you nurture the love. 10 of Cups. A lot of this is family too, like, getting together with family, the challenge in that, the beauty in that, yeah. I think too, overall, though, what I'm seeing is that you are solid. You are rock solid in your own elevated energy. And it's almost like you're carrying this like regal finesse, right? You're finessing your life, Sag, with honoring yourself in such a profound way where it's like there's so much happiness coming from within you that even though, there might be some disappointments that are coming through here in connection, Spirit is always there to lend you a helping hand. That's what I'm getting here. I totally went deeply into clarifying. I'm jumping around in different order here than maybe some of the other readings, but it's just the way it flows, right? So I think you've been moving through highs and lows in connection. But again, with this Empress energy, it's all about the growth, okay? It's all about, it's beautiful when you grow together with someone and you stay loyal. I think you're learning a lot about loyalty. And so is this person. Manifestation. Yeah, powerful manifestation. This is star energy, okay? The angelic realm is really helping you come together in these manifestations. A lot of you getting signs here at the end of the year and reminders that you are powerfully manifesting your own wishes at this time. A pocket full of wishes. And also your starborn energy. You're in alignment with it. Yeah. Source energy. Beautiful, beautiful spiritual energy flowing through you, through the angelic kingdom. I mean, you have feathers, birds of a feather flock together. We have the transformation. We have the swallows, right? The highs and lows. We have the feather of truth, right? Of communication, the transformation that comes, right? From your long-term connections. I feel like you've got a lot of beautiful energy and a lot of fluidity and movement, right? We've got the spiral here of source moving through you. There's a powerful current moving through you. A lot of you are writing or creating something. You're getting the signs. You're getting like that downloads and reminders on the spiritual path that you are a powerful manifester at this time. You're manifesting deep, deep congruence within and outside of you. And there's a lot of nurturing that, and despite some of the highs and lows, I feel like this is a situation that just, it has potential. Keep learning, keep growing. Let's get a gateway of light activation. We have Orion activation with Shambhala initiations. Yeah. Trust the process, Dharma. Yeah, some of you are living out your Dharma with your divine purpose, your divine calling. It's coming in line. And it's like this supernova, like renewal for you, because you have the judgment here. You have all this really beautiful fire energy. I'm getting this Orion activation is really big for you. And this has been your whole year where you have had these deep, deep, like spiritual awakenings this year, Sag. like if you look back at this year, you are not the same person at the beginning of the year as you are now. That you have elevated, that you have ascended in certain respects. And now you're taking that information, right? Those light codes, the celestial light. And you're moving forward, right? That's your legacy. I'm getting your legacy, your spiritual legacy, Orion activation. Orion is one of the best known constellations in the night sky. Its name is Greek for hunter. Of course, and that's you. And its stars can be seen as a figure with a sword accompanied by a dog, Sirius. At the center of the constellation, 3 stars appear in a belt-like formation. To the south of Orion's belt, there's a nebula that has revealed much about how stars and planetary systems are formed. The best way to describe this space is a star nursery. Wow. During a star's last evolutionary stages, it explodes into a supernova, which provides the perfect space for a new star to be born. Wow. It is. This reminds me of that movie, A Star is Born, you know? The Orion constellation is home to a number of higher beings, many of whom are dedicated to the evolution of our planet. And don't mistake that for the heaviness of that. It's like when that movie, it's more of like you are made of stars. You have, magic in you. And I think that's what you've learned all year, that despite the highs and lows, you got you. Even though the idea of the constellation being a hunter may make it seem highly masculine, its energies are in fact similar to those of the Lemurians and its inhabitants. Therefore, honor all beings. The beings of Orion are in fact sacred space holders who help all of those with star power, and star potential to make the changes required to become the most ascended and aware form of themselves. Wow, this is beautiful. All of your fears and setbacks are being stripped from your energy now, Sag. It is essential for your old way of being to fall away and for you to go through a process of renewal in order to move forward. The old stories of your life aren't yours to live out or live up to. You are far greater than these limiting experiences. The beings of Orion are surrounding you now, and they see you as one of them, someone who's been born with the knowledge that they can live with great purpose and make a real difference in the world. Whether on a global scale or in a particular corner of the planet, when you draw this card, you're being reminded that you have infinite star potential. And that's what it is. I'm getting that you are made of stars. You were born of the stars, and that there's something really being birthed within you that you were communicating. You were undergoing divine inspiration, divine downloads, and don't be at war with the parts of yourself that want to play small, okay? I think that's what you're changing. You are being rebirthed in the light, okay? Powerful. Let's now get some advice. Wow. And we have this is, manifesting here from your star lineage. It's beautiful. I think that your whole pathway this year, it started out rough. And now you're ending this year on a high note, right? With an exclamation mark. It's funny. I think Aries ended it with a period, and you're ending it with an exclamation. Punctuate your life. Let's get some advice to end this. I hope y'all have a happy birthday. Let's get some advice. Yeah, my nose wants to itch. You got some people thinking about you heavily, Sag. Woo! We have the Emperor. That hit the mic. The Page of Wands. Yeah, I think you also, and the Queen of Wands. Wow. This is you taking the control, right, of your life in a spiritual and a profound way. This is true empowerment. Your advice is, take the throne, wear the crown. Okay. This is you being crowned in healthy masculine energy and balanced energy. I think too, you all have so much leadership in you, and there's so much creativity pouring out of your veins. All right. And we're talking like power pouring out of your veins, spiritual power. Okay. Interesting. Aries was about spiritual integrity. I think you guys, it's about like how you take your spiritual fire and your contribution to the greater whole, right? To the evolution of this planet, to the evolution of mankind. It's that big. Okay. Sagittarius, many of you tuning in know exactly what I'm talking about. You're meant to lead with your wisdom. Okay. A lot of you too have a divine masculine that, light your fire. or a divine feminine that lights your fire, depending on your persuasion, okay? And have fun. Enjoy the rest of the year. You are highly activated at this time. Enjoy. It's like a surge, right? It's like like an electrical grid, like amplification of your own source energy, your flame burning brighter type of energy. So enjoy it. I can't believe all the majors that came out. That's my reading for you all. I'll see you soon for your annual reading in December. Take care. Namaste.